Hi there, it's Nicole for Concord 9th, and today I have a super fun card to share with you. Great for all those cat lovers out there. And it is the You Crazy Cat stamp set, and it coordinates perfectly with their Crazy Awesome stamp set. And I even continued the design on the inside of the card. So if you're like me and you have some friends that you know would absolutely love this kind of funny little whimsical cat themed card, this is an incredible stamp set, and I absolutely love how well the Crazy Awesome stamp set works with this stamp set. They're just so interchangeable, and it makes it so super fun. I stamped the Crazy circle on some smooth white cardstock using the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. Then I am taking the ears from the You Crazy Cat stamp set and stamping them at the top of the circle. One of the great things about the You Crazy Cat stamp set is you can use it with or without the Crazy Awesome stamp set. So maybe you have a circle shape already. You can totally use the ears with that. You can create your own cat, or you can use it with a circle like I'm doing here today. I also stamped the greeting underneath the circle that says Cat Ladies Unite. So the front greeting on the card is going to read Crazy Cat Ladies Unite. Then I'm going to color in my image with some Copic markers. I went about this thinking of the circle shape behind the word crazy and the banner as the cat's face, if that makes sense. So the entire circle, including that outer ring, that's all going to be the cat. And I'm coloring it in one kind of color or theme. I started with E40, which ended up being way too light. And you're going to see what I mean. I left it in the video so you could kind of see how you can go about fixing something like this if you do something similar. I am using E40, 43, and 44. And I like this combination, and I've used it many times. But on a surface area this big, it just didn't work out. So what I did was I went in and kind of traced some of my darker areas where I wanted it to be dark with the E44, blended it with E43, and then when I went back, you could kind of saw there to blend with E40, it was just too big of a color difference, and it didn't blend. It left some really kind of funny light areas. You'll see here, I'll hold it up a little bit closer. It just didn't work out. I couldn't make it blend and look good. So what I ended up doing is going over it with E43 and made that more my base color and the E44 as my dark color. One thing with this particular crazy circle image is all of the little spaces in between the loops on the letters. Don't forget any of those. If you forget to color them, your design's going to look kind of funny. It'll definitely be noticeable in the finished design. So again, here on the top portion of my cat's face, or the circle, I'm going to go in with E44, kind of draw in my darker areas, and then blend out with E43. Get my little kitty cat's face all colored in. Now that inside area on the ears, I am going to leave light. That's going to be left at that E40 color, and I'll show you that here in a second, why I'm going to do that. Keep blending out here a little bit. Now I'm going to go on the insides of my cat's ears with a little R00. That's going to give them a little bit of pink. I guess I better finish coloring the bottom of my circle first. Add just a little additional shading there underneath the banner. Now here's that R00 on the insides of the ears. Adds a nice little pink tint to them, but the E40 underneath just kind of helps warm it up so it's not so stark pink, if that makes sense. I even went back over it with E40 to darken it a little bit more. For the nose of my cat, I am stamping the heart from the You Crazy Cat stamp set with the Twirling Tutu ink from Simon Says Stamp. Love this shade of pink. I think it works great for a nose. And then the whiskers with the Intense Black ink again. Now the banner is really stark white right now, which with all the other shading isn't going to really look very good. So what I wanted to do so that I didn't add a ton of color and I don't color over the nose is just pull in a little bit of very, very light warm grays. I'm using warm gray 0, 0, and 1, pulling it in a little bit on each side, blending it out so that the middle of the banner remains pretty much white. Next, I'm going to color in the word crazy with my very, very light red colors. They are in the red family, but I call them kind of peachy pink. I love this combination. It's perfect for that peachy pink look for lots of different things. But what I did was color it with my base color, the lightest color. Then I'm pulling up from the bottom with my mid-tone color, the R00, and I even went back in with R11 and pulled up a little bit more dark color so that it has that nice gradation from color from light to dark. Now, following that same design, I am coloring the outline in with those light warm gray markers, 0, 0, and 1. On the bottom of the letters, I'm using warm gray 1. On the top, I'm going to use warm gray 0, 0. The reason I chose to use this for my outline is so that it doesn't take away from the overall feel of the word crazy in those really pretty peachy pink tones. I wanted it to have some sort of color, but not to be overwhelming. So that gray gives it just a nice touch or tint of color, but still keeps the focus on the word crazy, especially when it's colored in such light marker colors. So it's not overwhelmingly bright and bold and jumping out at you, but it still shows up really well. I'm going to trace around the nose now with a glitter pen and go over that with some glossy accents. There's a little bit of a bubble there, so I'm going to use a needle to pop that. Set that aside to dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to use one of my favorite background stamps for creating my own pattern paper. This is the diagonal stripe stamp from Simon Says Stamp. Ink it up with the Lawn Fawn Black Licorice ink. For whatever reason, I like this ink. I think it gives a much bolder finished stamped look than even the intense black ink or maybe some other black inks that I have. It's really juicy and it just creates a great, nice design, especially for something like this where you definitely want the lines to look good. Now in the middle of that, I did not worry that it didn't stamp real great because I only need it on the sides. I trimmed down that panel so that it has that nice little black and white striped border down both sides. And then I'll attach the whole thing to a white top fold card base. On the inside, I'm going to continue my greeting. So it's going to read, just kidding, you're one cat short of crazy. So the whole greeting is crazy cat ladies unite. Just kidding, you're one cat short of crazy. So super fun. Finished off with that cat on the inside and the little trio of hearts on the front from the Crazy Awesome stamp set. And my card is finished. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the Concord 9th You Crazy Cat stamp set. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos that you might be interested in. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.